legs. The legs are the biggest muscle group located on the body, but unfortunately, it's the most underutilized muscle group as well. A lot of people step in the gym and are very wary about working the legs because it's hard, but hard work pays off because you don't want those chicken legs, right? The number one and most important exercise you can do for legs is going to be the squats. In this exercise, we're actually going to be doing the deep squats. Now there's different versions of squats. There's shallow and deep. Deep is actually going to utilize the entire leg, the quads, the hamstrings, and the gluteus and maximus. When you take your legs past parallel to the floor, bringing it down, the glutes are actually going to have to push you with more force back up to help extend the legs all the way to the top position. Shallow squats are actually going to be working a little bit more on the quads. You want your feet about shoulder width, toes slightly pointed out in a comfortable position. When you're bringing it back, just imagine you're sitting down in a chair, making sure your knees are in line with the toes, coming all the way down, lower back straight, lifting up with the chest, pressing through the heels. You don't want to come up on the toes too much because what that's going to do is put too much pressure on the knees. When you do an ass to the grass squats, it can put pressure on the knees, but if you do it right, you'll be safe. Front squats. This is a terrific exercise to work the quads. What you're gonna be doing is instead of a rear loaded squat, we're actually gonna be a front loaded squat. So it's resting right below the neck, arms crossed, keep the chest up, exact same positioning when you do a regular squat, coming all the way down, coming up, pushing through, nice flexion in the top position. We're gonna switch it up on these though. We're gonna use some plantar flexion. Well, it's the toes putting pressure into the floor. Just imagine you're planting a seed into the ground. Easy to remember. So next time when you do front squats, use the plantar flexion, keeping more pressure on those teardrops. What? It's the vastus, lateralis, and medialis muscles that insert into the knee joint. As you can tell, it's a lot easier to remember teardrops. Sissy squats. Why are they named this? Well, after you're done, you'll be crying like a sissy, that's why. An excellent exercise for the quads. Just ask Tom Platz, one of his favorite exercises for quad development. If you don't know who Tom Platz is, well, definitely look him up because his legs are built like tree trunks. So they're basically a manual leg extension exercise. What you're gonna be doing is you're gonna be having your feet right shoulder width apart, and you can either do it with just body weight or you can put a 25 or a 45 pound plate on your chest. You're gonna be bracing yourself and you're pretty much gonna be basically doing a limbo. So you're gonna be keeping the body right in line, bending here, up on the toes, and then come back up, squeezing the quads as hard as you can. The lower you go, the more stretch you're gonna get in the muscles, and in the top position, make sure you flex the quads as much as you can. Bring out a lot of detail, those quadriceps, and building those teardrops. Boom. Romanian deadlifts. It's a very similar exercise to straight-legged deadlifts, but with a few key changes. This exercise is to help isolate the hamstring development. So here's how it's done. You do about shoulder width apart on your feet. You're gonna get knees slightly bent. You're gonna start at the top position here. You're gonna bend down, keeping the lower back as straight as possible, getting a full stretch in the hamstrings coming down, keeping the chest up, shoulder blades locking back together. Go as low as you possibly can, and then you're gonna bring it up to the top position here. So the hips are moving from the back position, and then you're gonna be lifting up to the forward position here. You get a nice stretch in the hamstrings, and you get full development. Leg press. An excellent exercise to go super heavy for those legs and help isolate them. It's gonna take the lower back and the core out of the equation. So you're pretty much focusing just on the quads, hamstrings. Here's a few things you want to remember or what not to do in leg press. One, you'll see a lot of guys put their hands on their knees and pretty much be doing a press with their chest and their shoulders and their triceps. That's a big no-no, because what happens is it takes a lot of pressure off the legs and the upper body's doing a lot of the work. Another thing is you want to make sure you keep the pressure through the heels. That way you're getting the full benefit of the exercise. Another key tip is you don't want to go too low That way, your hips are actually gonna be rotating off the mat and putting too much pressure on the lower back. So these 5 different exercises we just went over are some of our favorites. Leg development is very underutilized, but it shouldn't be. Legs have a variety of different benefits, some including hormone regulation, higher amount of calories burned per hour. So next time you step in the gym, make sure you hit those legs and hit them right. I'm counting on you. Good luck.